Can you hear me? And Alois, der hat schon recht, oder? Enough with the introduction. Anyway, let me know down below if you can hear me, because then we got 50% of this little show going. And let me know how all four of you lovely, sexy looking people are doing. I can see Shahid, meet my soul brothers here. Chaotic Ray. Thank you so much, Shahid. Today is a little bit different. You know, I think I said in the beginning of the year, we need to focus more on regulation, geopolitics, and geopolitics is actually looking like regulation and geopolitics looks like that's going to take the main stage of 2022. What is currently going on in the world is almost crazy. But we know, you know, many people believe it's good to go green. I'm not so convinced, and it seems that many others around the globe are also not. So I thought that we should use this Sunday to have a look at what's really going on. And there's an interesting thing I found. I don't know if you know it, but you know, usually we look at the CBDC tracker, but we can actually look at a global protest tracker. So we're going to be looking at this today, what's going on. And of course, very briefly, we're also going to look at crypto, but I do believe it has an impact on where both traditional and the blockchain cryptocurrency market is going. So that's it. Anyway, I'm happy you're here. And just remember, as always, this little show is only for the sexy looking people.
This dance ain't for everybody. Only the sexy people.
Only the sexy people. So now we know what we are going to do. So let's move on, because we need to go quickly. First things first, you know, when I don't do it as I always do, then I get a little bit lost. Anyway, first things is to go in and have a look at the level of market manipulation. And when I say market manipulation, what are we looking at? As always, we're looking at the big four. We're looking at Bitcoin down almost 1%. We got Ethereum up almost 1%. We got Cardano down 1.2, and we got DOT down 1.8. As I like just to point out, right? It's Sunday, right? Where I am now is Monday. But look at this here. On a Sunday at 8:45 my time, we're looking at the 15-minute, we could see a little bit of a push, sell-off. The same in Cardano, the same when it came to DOT, and the same when it came to Ethereum. I want to ask you a question. Did any of you sell today at my time, 8:45? That would be, I think, UK time, 6:45. I'm not sure. But anyway, you know, the level of market manipulation is always there. It's kind of like they push a button and then we see the entire market go the same direction. I do want to point out it's Sunday, right? Where I am again on Monday. So the week is more or less over. We have been following here the 7-day moving average on the weekly. We're looking at Bitcoin now. So I've many times pointed out that probably will go up and kiss. I don't know if we're going to go through. Bitcoin didn't go up and kiss. If we look at Ethereum, we can see here Ethereum actually went through. Actually, it even looks like, I mean, let's see what's going to happen here in the next few hours, because it is more based on US time, right? And there you still have Sunday. Is it going to go down below, or is it actually going to close above the 7-day moving average? And it is kind of interesting because, you know, who's actually then going to take the lead? If we're going to close above the 7-day moving average and we're then going to see next week going up, that would mean that Ethereum is taking the lead when it comes to not market manipulation, but market domination. And we look at the market domination, we can see that Bitcoin is at 41%. Oh, you cannot see this, but you can trust me here. We have Bitcoin at 41% and Ethereum at 17%. I did say yesterday, and I've said it many times in the past, you know, we're just counting Ethereum, but remember there's so many dApps and there's so many, you know, layer 2 solutions that are basically feeding into the Ethereum based blockchain layer, which therefore I do believe that Ethereum is more dominant. Anyway, that remains to be seen. Let's have a quick look. We can see Polygon up 5% basically. I guess it's still Mickey Mouse pushing the price up, being lovely and happy. Anyway, everything I say and do is not financial advice. Just remember that. We got Bitcoin Cash also up. So we are seeing the market not, you know, going not correlating. It's good to see Filecoin up 8%. Good, good, good. Decentralized storage is important. It's very important. And it is the future of, well, it's a big part. There are two big things that we need to take into consideration before we're going to see mass adoption, before we're going to see a turnaround, before we're going to see what the Web 3.0 actually can provide. There are two major things we're not talking about. We're not talking about decentralized storage. Maybe we are. That plays a big part. And a very undervalued, let's say, part of the Web 3.0 is the your digitalized identity on the blockchain. And those companies that actually like to talk about when it comes to your digital identity, it's Kilt, it's Litentry, it is, we will look at them here when we scroll down. Anyway, so Filecoin decentralized storage is up, is good. What else? Up and down a little. Nothing. Curve down 5%, but 15% over 7 days. Osama down 1.8, but up 10. So it's very, a little bit different across the board. Let me see. Coin. It's funny. Coin is down, which is also decentralized storage. So there must be some Filecoin news, or it's just based on the fact that Ethereum has been performing so well. Because Filecoin is the biggest, let's say, decentralized storage provider, also under the consensus, and very much Ethereum related to the consensus family. That's why Filecoin will take off, right? It will take off. First, we're going to see when the Web 3.0, the road to mass adoption is first decentralized storage, and then we're going to probably see digital identity. And let me just see, I wanted to find here. There's another, energy web token. I love it. It's one of the, it's going to be the energy blockchain of the future. Now you can debate, is fossil fuels going to have a future? Because we're supposed to go green, right? Pale green. Litentry, decentralized digital identity on the blockchain. Very important. I think it's very important, with market cap of 30 million, also down probably 89% from its all-time high. Also Kilt is providing that. Very important. Polkadot ecosystem. We need to take a look at that. What else do we have here? There are also some insurance tokens. I wouldn't really go, you see, with the insurance tokens, it's a bit of a, I would say it's a little, the risk reward potential at the moment is huge, right? Because we have seen Three Arrows Capital, we have seen Celsius, we have seen UST. So obviously also the insurance blockchain protocols have taken a hit. And that's why they are very, very, very undervalued is maybe a big word, but very low valued at the moment. But I do believe that, I think we have seen the biggest crisis when it comes to the blockchain individual, protocols going bankrupt, like Celsius, like UST. I think we have that behind us. But nevertheless, insurance tokens are very cheap at the moment. Very, very cheap. That was one I wanted to point out here. But we have Fractal. Fractal is also digital identity on the blockchain. And for example, if you go in here and you just have a look, remember you have to do your own research, right? We can see here had an all-time high of 120. Now it's down to 2 cents. And I believe it will have a huge future, but it will take a little bit of time. Down 98% from its all-time high, right? So I actually do like to look at this one, which is CoinGo.Live. This is where it's very simplistic, but you can go in there and then you can look at all your favorite coins, and you can go in and you can see which ones, how much they have dropped from the all-time highs. And we can see Bitcoin is currently at 69%, Ethereum is still down 72%. And if we scroll down here, for those of you who like XRP, 89%. And then you can see here in green how much percentage you would make if it would go to the previous all-time high, right? And there are some real goodies down, down below. Algorand, right? Minus 90%, you make 940. But, ICP, if you believe in that, it's down 98%. And that would net you a profit of 9,279 percent. I mean, this is almost unheard of if that were to happen. Oh, this doesn't look good. Sorry, guys. A little smaller. There we go. Filecoin, so even Filecoin is up a little. It's still down 97% from its all-time high, with nearly almost 4,000% if it will go to its all-time high. And then we got the big boys like DeFi. You can see Aave is not going to, even though it's down 86%, it would only generate you 635%. But IOTA Miota down 94 from its all-time high, that would generate you 1,700%. Here it's very simplistic, and this is no guarantee of anything, but I do like to look at it. And we can see curve down 92%. Compound down 93% would net us 1,500. Averaging in, I think that is a lovely, lovely thing. But that was here. Storage, decentralized storage, also down 82%. And we got Litendry, which I do believe it's going to play a big role with the digital identity on the blockchain. The Polkadot ecosystem down 94 with net 1,600. Okay, that's about all we can do. Now let's go and have a little chit chat before we get in to today's talk about what's going on, riots across the board. Who is here? Tiger Man, how are you doing? Good to see you. And we got, of course, Shahid, my soul brother. We got Chaotic Rage. And remember, to all of you lovely, lovely people, we are the littlest crypto channel on the interweb. If there's any questions, I will take them in the end. Good to see you, James and Steve Brayshaw. I hope I pronounce it. So let's go through what we need to do. And I want to take you, first of all, as I said, we found this. Let's have a look. Global protest tracker. And I think this is an important thing because it looks like we're going to see more of this in the future. So you can go on this. You can, actually, I will share the link with you in case you want to, go and do your own searching. Not only the CBDC tracker, but also the protest tracker. And then you can go in here and it actually shows you the world map. And then you can see there's a lot of protests going on at the moment. In fact, they're saying over 230 significant anti-government protests worldwide. More than 110 countries have experienced significant protests, and 78 of authoritarian learning countries have faced significant protests. So what you actually can do here, you can go in and, that's a lot going on, but then you can go here and you can then, let's look at the ones that are active. And we got Argentina. What are they, protesting about? Economic crisis protests, right? We got them. I want to focus a little bit on Holland today. But anyway, we got Ecuador, India, Iraq, and a lot going on. But I think the Netherlands is what we need to focus on. So it's economic, what they're saying. So what is the trigger? The government's announcement of plans to reduce emissions of nitrogen oxide and ammonia, which are both byproducts of agricultural processes. Anyway, so you can look at this. I want to focus more on what is really going on. And first things first, let's go in. I found this here on Twitter, Radio Genova. And look what they are showing, because they are really up to date with what's going on. So, of every protest or strike. So we got here in the 14th day of general strike in Panama due to rising prices. So that's Panama. Then we got German support for Dutch farmers, right? Numerous actions everywhere in Germany. So they're coming together. Here we got Argentine farmers also rise up. So there's a lot going on. And what do we have here? Spanish farmers are also unhappy. And Dutch farmers obviously also not very happy about what's going on. And here we also got those, I like those tractors, how it's going on. So we can see that it's a little bit all over the place. And there's also more of this. What I also liked is that Italy, they were celebrating. Oh, look at that. That's also, the truckers are also, what are they doing here? Dutch truckers are supporting the farmers' protest. And also in, what is this here? Australian farmers also rise up. And there we got the Dutch truckers. We have seen this. I wanted to show you one other thing. Look at this. This is in Spain. Not as big. Italy, Italian farmers rise up in Milano and block city traffic. We're not slaves. We are farmers. In fact, they are. I love them. I mean, farmers are the best people on earth, right? They provide us. And look at this. I don't know if you can hear it. No, we're not allowed to say these things, but at least here they're celebrating that, you know, their prime minister is you know, taking a well-deserved pension. Let's put it like that. So, okay, what I want to go through now is I want to point out a little bit why this has happened in Holland and why I do believe that this is not going, as we can see, has gone global, and why we're not, you know, hearing more about it. So let's go back here to, first of all, why is this happening? All right, let's go back here. So I like, while you are enjoying this, these trucks, let's go. Well, you can look at this. We will go through what the main reasons are. So what we're seeing is that roughly, so obviously the farmers, I think it's worldwide, but if you specifically look at Holland, they have obviously formed their own version of Canada's Freedom Convoy, where they're blocking highways with tractors, they're setting bales of hay on fire, and taking many other actions, you know, throwing manure into government buildings. And why are they doing that? That is because across the globe, more or less, they're protesting against the government's recent goal to cut emissions. And that, on the other hand, can force farmers across the globe to close. So we can see there's a general trend around the world that we should not, you know, we shouldn't use fossil fuels, and we should also not, you know, grow so much food. You know, gotta be healthy. We're gotta get, you know, lose some weight. Lean, mean body machine. So the Dutch government is aiming to cut nitrogen and, you know, those other things you cannot use, emissions by 50% by 2030, in a bid to improve the air, land, and water quality. And this plan includes cutting back on fertilizers used on farms and cutting back the number of livestock, you know, cows and pigs and porcupines by 30%. That is very, very, it's a lot, right? So there's a quote here from one of the Dutch protesters, and they're saying that the government of the Netherlands is stealing Dutch farmland right under the nose, or it's disguised. In fact, she claims it's a fabricated environmental crisis, but actually as a part of a bigger plot that includes, you know, I own nothing and I'm happy. So now that we've seen that, when we go in here, and I want to take you through some of the mainstream media. You go in on the landing page of CNBC, and what do we see here? Earnings. We see Saudi. We see stocks futures. South Korea is not worried about anything. G20 meeting ends very well, and South Korea and Fed expectation. And then we see Russia strikes. We see inflation, IMF, and that's what we see. And then, something about New Zealand. So that's that. Go on to CNN. And what do we see here? Well, of course, the most important thing, and that is that we help our brothers in need and Ukraine, right? So that's on the main page. And Russia faces a number of setbacks in its push to control Donetsk. So, you know, you gotta feel sorry for them, and you better, I mean, this is the superstar of 2022. He's probably going to win the Nobel Peace Prize. He's going to win, I don't know, an Oscar maybe, an Emmy. An Emmy probably, an Oscar, because, you know, he is a good actor. Anyway, so nothing there on CNN. If we then fly over to the United Kingdom, we go to BBC, and what is their most important things of sharing? And that is more evacuations as Mediterranean wildfires spread. Well, it's not good to have wildfires, that's for sure. And but what else? I was talking a little bit of jet stream pumping. We got systemic failures in Texas, school shooting, you know, not good. And then we got Tory race gets personal in latest TV debate. Yeah. And then we got, what do we got here? Bennifer tied the knot in Las Vegas. So Bennifer is marrying. That's lovely. So you know what we should do? We should send them some love. Then we got a little bit down, the hard choices Sri Lankans must take now. Anyway, I think you get the point, right? There's not a lot of, and then there's some hanky-panky, some bear hanky-panky. That's also good. Then we go down to the Sun, also UK, right? And what is their most important thing? Great British honky ponky, punk off, millions of, whatever. And then we got some other tragic crash and heat wave and beat bill. I guess you get the point here, right? There's nothing about what's really, what I think is important. For love, no money. Yeah, that's good. I left my family for Ukrainian lodger. Well, that's well done. Lots of luck to you too, all of you. We go then to Germany. I do speak German, right? So this is the biggest NTV, the biggest news, website in Germany. And what do we have here? Jennifer Lopez is important. And then Ukraine war is very important also, of course. And then Zelensky, and of course Russia again. I mean, I understand that this with the gas is important, because everybody's scared that on the 21st that Russia is not gonna provide gas to Europe again after they have done the maintenance on the Nord Stream. And then of course we got the new Oscar nominee, and that's about that, And then so I don't know what this is, and then more Russia. And more Russia, and more Russia, and I don't know and more Ukraine, and then we got everybody hates him too, right? So that's that, and not even here. Then we move on to, I'm from Denmark. I don't know if you know that. So go to the Danish. This is actually sophisticated. This is the like the Wall Street Journal, and here we also don't see anything. They're talking. They're saying that the Italian mayors, they are actually recommending that Draghi, he should stay, even though, half of Italy went out on the streets and celebrating that he left. So that's all they talk about that. And then we got some homo love, is also important, lots of love. So why did I want to point that out? I guess you do understand what I mean with that, right? There's nobody that is actually referring to it. However, there is some mainstream media that is referring to it, and that is, funny enough, Fox News. So, I'm also only sharing what, basically I can find on not more or less mainstream media, and, not saying a lot. Anyway, so Dutch farmer revolt against the climate law is just the beginning, experts say, and they believe there will be unrest all over the world. And I think we're seeing that already, right? So maybe I like that Fox is actually sharing this. So they're saying the Dutch government issued a plan in June laying out, the emission reductions, largely targeting agriculture industry. I think you also know. In case you do not know this, you gotta, I'm not really a channel for riots and demonstration. If you don't know, you need to educate yourself. What this is all about, more or less, it is about that we want to protect the environment, right? That's what's being, that's what the governments are saying. And that's why the Dutch government issued a plan laying out the reductions of emissions, largely targeting agriculture, which produces the majority share of these emissions. And this is according to a report from the US Department of Agriculture. So the government, though, they have acknowledged that there's not a future for all farmers to continue their business. And Holland is this, second largest food exporter, I think, in the world. So the farmers throughout the country, obviously, they've taken to the streets, and they don't want this. And let's see where this is going to take. You understand why I can't really, go too detailed into it. I love my channel, and I don't want it to be gone tomorrow. Furthermore, we can see here on Fox News, they've actually been covering this quite good. And actually, I don't know if they're endorsing it, but it's almost like Fox at this moment of time is on the side of the people. That's all I got to say about that. In case you want to go in and follow this channel here, I think it's good. Radio Genova, I will share it here, because then you know what's going on if this is what you want. So the protest tracker and Radio Genova. And before we leave, please, we're starting a new giveaway. Remember, sharing is caring. So please, 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 please. I'm so happy we paid the previous winners. I'm so sorry that it took so long. We're not the quickest. So please hit like, smash, subscribe, participate. All you gotta have is a BUSD compatible wallet, and the winner will be announced next Saturday night, live. And before we end, we gotta have a last chit chat. So I also, chaotic rage. I know I understand that also foxes, everyone is following their own agenda, but so are you and I. I hope it is so bad, Thomas. It is so bad. It is so bad. I don't even know what to say. I don't have a lot. I don't even know what to say. I think these pictures and everything speaks for itself. It's a shame that things are being, not being shared, that we do not know what's going on, and we are being really. It's journalism used to be, let's say, a job where a good person who was a good journalist, he would take pride in, providing the truth. Now we don't have a lot of that anymore, unfortunately. So, guys, I love you. I hope, I know this was different. I hope it brought you a little bit of value. And in case it did, then, share or, just give me a like. And I'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be a new week. Let's see. The only thing I also wanted to say, sometimes, remember I've always said, when should we enter the market again? When there's blood on the street. Well, there's pretty much blood on the street, right? And I think we've seen a lot of blood also in the crypto market. I don't know if the worst is behind us. Averaging in is really the only way to go. And today again, all I want to say to you is focus, educate yourself, and don't quit, because we are on the road to become among the 1%, even though it might be a jumpy road ahead of us. I love you so much. See you tomorrow.
When you feel like quitting, remember all of those who said you'd fail. When you feel like giving up, remember why you started. When you feel like quitting, remember what you're doing it all for. When you feel like quitting, remember pain is temporary and greatness lasts forever.
When you feel like quitting, remember that the pain you feel today will be replaced with the strength you need tomorrow. Remember that every ounce of pain you feel is building a stronger you, a stronger body, a stronger mind, and a stronger character. So push through the pain. Don't let it stop you. Force it to grow you.
Don't back down from the pain. Face it. Feel no pain. There is no pain. That painful last rep, that's nothing. Give me more. Push harder.
Too tired, too hard, too busy, too early, too stressed. No excuses. Too tired, no excuses. Too hard, no excuses. Too busy, no excuses. Too early, no excuses. Too stressed, no excuses. When I feel like quitting, I remember there's too many people I need to prove wrong. When I feel like quitting, I remember I have too much to fight for. I will not quit.
Sleep in, death for grandmas. I'm up, I'm ready to go. Quitting, that's for those who have no heart. I do not quit. Your greatest physique, your greatest health, your greatest strength, it doesn't come with average effort. If you want average results, keep showing up and giving average effort. If you want to be at your best, you will have to give your best effort. Make an oath to yourself that you will not walk out of any training session, any game, anything without giving 110% of your soul. Whatever you think is your limit, push past it. Whatever you think is your max, see if you can get 10% more out. Results don't lie. It all comes down to one simple question. How bad do you want it? And when you feel like quitting, give me 10 more.
Nothing great is going to come if you quit. I know it's hard. I know you are tired. I know it seems impossible, but you must keep going. Stick it out and get your reward.